Hey guys, how's it going? So it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and I want to keep it this way. The reason why I take time to upload videos is because I really want to make sure that the content that I'm presenting is fairly coherent and as well accurate. And this needs time. It's not about spamming the channel with lots of videos about Borderline and having lots of vlogs and lots of daily updates and all that. It's not about that. It's not about making myself feel better as much as it is about making you feel better and you receiving good and qualitative information about this condition, hopefully, and ultimately leading to helping you in this situation. That is what it is all about. And yes, I want the channel to grow. I want lots of people to benefit from it. But I also want myself to come back after 2 years, rewatch the videos, and still agree with what I'm seeing. I don't want to come back in a year or 2 years and say, oh no, what the hell was I saying? I absolutely don't agree with what I used to say in those videos. I don't want to be in that situation. So I'd rather take time and think about things more before I come to the decision to make a video and upload a video. And what I want to talk about today is self-hatred as a result of bad actions that happen from rages and splits in borderline personality disorder. So you got the self-hatred that comes out as a result of having a split or a episode in borderline that has badly reflected to the people around you. And the self-hatred comes out from guilt. So the guilt that you feel is the reason why you have self-hatred. And the guilt can be divided into two aspects because it's important to define what we actually mean with guilt. You have normal guilt and you have pathologic guilt. Now, normal guilt is a normal feeling. It's a feeling that you have when you, for example, miss your bus or miss your plane ticket, or you did a problem and then you realize there were consequences out of the action that you did not like, which causes you to feel like, okay, next time I'm going to do it better. And you know for sure that next time you will do it better. Next time you're not going to miss the bus. Next time you're not going to upset that person because now you know that this action was not an action that person has liked. Now in pathologic guilt, that doesn't happen. You don't have this feeling of, okay, next time it's going to be better. No, this translates to an extreme and high amount of self-hatred, which is abnormal and does not lead to a corrective action. So this here leads to that. These two are correlated with each other. So the pathologic guilt causes you to have self-hatred. Now what happens when you have pathologic guilt? It leads to, let me write this down here. It leads to hasty and fast actions. And they only have the purpose of self-gratification because you become so nervous. You become so nervous when you go through this period of pathologic guilt. You feel so terrible about yourself that you immediately want to calm down this bad feeling that you're feeling. So you go ahead and you immediately start to apologize to the person. And even after apologizing to the person, you still go on and overdo it and trying to compensate for the mistake. And you should not do that. You should not do that because, okay, so fast and fast actions like what? Overcompensative or overly apologetic behavior that is not genuine. This behavior is not genuine. Why is it not genuine? Because it only serves the purpose of calming down the pathologic guilt, which is the self-hatred. That's the only purpose. You hate yourself for what you did, and to calm yourself down, you overly compensate and overly go ahead and go overboard apologizing to the person and trying to make up for the mistakes. And the person knows that there is a chance that this is going to happen again. And you know it's probably going to happen again because this is just what you have. This is just part of the personality. It's part of the disorder. So it is going to happen again in the future, and you know it, and the person knows it. And when the person realizes that this is not just a one-time thing, they're going to know and understand that this is just a fake behavior. It's not genuine. So what you should do instead is, yes, you can have the fast apology, but here is where you dissect the path. You go somewhere else. You keep distance. You keep distance and bear the guilt. You have to be responsible for the action that you have done. Because in borderline, you're not going through a condition that is causing you to have hallucinations or interferences in how you perceive reality. You are sound and your mind is responsible. That's why what you do in this situation is you bear the guilt. You bear the consequence of having hurt someone, of having caused pain to that person, and that person is very important to you, and you're going to feel pathologic guilt. And the next time you're going to go in the similar situation, you will not cause damage to that person because you remember that you had a really hard time bearing that guilt. Yes, you apologized, you made up, but you left the person alone. You did not go ahead and try to overcompensate your apology just to make yourself feel better. No, you actually took it. You bared the guilt, and this is going to cause a corrective action the next time. Because now you realize it was terrible. That guilt is so bad. And this is going to translate into a corrective feeling that will prevent you the next time you go through a split or a rage episode towards someone. That's one thing. Now, the other thing that I want you to keep in mind is if you did a bad action and you're really, really nervous about this, and this is causing you a lot of self-hatred and a lot of pathologic guilt, you have to first identify what you did. Was it a crime or was it not a crime? And the answer is most likely here. It's probably not a crime. Because when you go through a split in borderline, the harm that you're going to exert is probably going to be against yourself, self-damage more than it is actual harm against the other person. Yes, you're hurting them, you're saying things you might not want to be saying when you're normal, but you did not go ahead and commit a crime. So that's the first concept that you have to keep in mind. You did not commit a crime. Yes, you did hurt the person emotionally, but you did not do a crime. Now, if you did a crime, that's another topic. That's something else. That's a completely different talk. But we're still here. We're in the normal day-to-day situations that cause you to feel lots of self-hatred. So keep in mind that you did not commit a crime. Now, you're still going to feel so terrible about yourself and about what you did. And here it is important to remember and understand that in order to show to these people around you that you care about them and that you love them, you have to keep on doing what makes you valuable to them. Because you have to understand that these people, these close people who are in your surrounding, they really, really appreciate you. And they know your bad sides, and despite that, they're still sticking on to you. So that's why it's important to keep on doing the responsibilities and the things that you're doing on a daily basis to show them how much you value and appreciate these people. Whatever your role is, whether it's you're a dad, you're a son, you're a kid, you're a husband, you're a wife, you know that you have a role towards these people, and you keep on doing this role on your most efficient level, because this is your only way how to show them that they mean so much to you and that you really care. Yes, you have some problems regarding rage and splits, but you still keep on doing this, and you communicate that to them. You show them that I do this because this is my way of showing you that I care about you. I got my problems, but I'm still up to my responsibilities. So keeping in mind these concepts, that first of all, you did not commit a crime, and you're not going to be selfish and trying to fix the problem. You're gonna tackle the problem in a very, very mature way by keeping distance, bearing the guilt, and reviewing what you did, and maintaining the responsibilities that you have towards these people. these three concepts here, having these three things in mind, they allow you to stay on functioning, to keep on functioning in your life. Now that's very important, because the thing that we're afraid of most in self-hatred is that you don't function anymore, that you kill yourself, or that you do something bad to yourself, that you go into drugs, that you start to hurt yourself. It all interferes in your functioning and your role in life, and that's not good. That's what we want to prevent. You keep these three things in your head, it maintains the functioning continues. And yes, you're going to hate yourself, and the self-hatred is probably going to keep on going until the rest of your life, because this is just a part of you that you have this pathologic guilt, the susceptibility to feel so much guilt and so much self-hatred as a result of the splits and the bad things, or the things that you do that could be bad to other people. But you want to maintain the functioning. You want to still do what you do best in life. You want to still give. You want to still keep on performing in life despite this huge amount of self-hatred. And having these concepts in your head are going to cool down your head. And that's very important. Yes, you're going to hate yourself, but the day that you die, you should know that despite the self-hatred, despite the bad things that you do, you still kept on functioning. You still had the integrity. That's what you want to have in mind at the end of your life, regardless if you hate yourself or not. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep the situation factional, objective, calming down, relating and analyzing these three things and keeping them in your head and translating it into a factual or objective goal for your life, regardless of what you're feeling. Feeling shit, you're feeling good, it doesn't matter. You still have to keep on delivering and functioning, because that's the only thing that you can do in life that has meaning. That's how people are going to appreciate you, right? And the last thing I want to add is that these people here, see how happy this person looks? These people have seen you in your bad days, and they've seen you in your good days. And their vision has penetrated the bad days, and they see right into the core, and they know who you are inside. They know your core personality, despite the bad things. So don't you ever think about losing these people, because these people are one of the few people in the world that you will meet that know about your inner self. So it is of crucial importance not to lose these people and to maintain this bond. Because there's just a limit of the kind of shit that other people can take from you. And these people saw the good qualities that you have inside, and for them it meant so much that they were surpassing the kind of shit that you're giving these people. So never lose that. You always have to keep it in mind. Think about it as diplomacy. Think about it as higher politics. You have allies that you cannot afford to lose. And these people are those allies. You should not lose them at any cost. And no, they're not going to accept you as you are, regardless of what you do. Forget that. That is an absolutely incorrect concept. If I punch you in the face and say, hey, you have to love me unconditionally because I'm sick, no one's going to take that. So you have to understand how normal people behave and think. They have a limit to the amount of shit that you're throwing off to these people. That's why you have to contain this. The next time you split, you have to contain this amount of shit. Why? Because you have to maintain the bond with these people who know about your bad aspects, and despite that still stick around with you. That is what you have to prize. That is what you have to keep in your head. And always remember, there's a limit to what people can withstand from you. So don't give them a hard time. That's just how people function. That's how you function as well. If someone gives you shit, you're not going to stick around. Those people function the same as you. So you have to respect that. And guys, at the end of the video, I know it wasn't a medical video, and it wasn't really going into, some biochemical aspects or things regarding pathologic pathways, but having these kind of concepts in your head, having this kind of clarity of vision in your head and what it translates to into your behavior, what it translates to into your behavior, and setting your priorities straight in your life, this should cause you to feel calm. And some people say, "Oh, you're just saying this because you're selfish, right? You're just saying all of this, here. You're just saying this because you're selfish. You wanna feel good about yourself. You wanna calm down because you just care about yourself, and other people are being hurt." No, it's not about being selfish. It's about being objective and factual. Call it what you want to call it, because the point of it is that it translates into functioning. If you want to call it selfishness, if you want to call it being objective or factual, or whatever you want to call it, this is the main goal. And this goal should happen, regardless of how it's seen.